Well, Jason Kelce was named a finalist for People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive, but always worried about us fixing the Eagles' rushing attack. Carson Wentz is back in the National Football League and looking to restart his career. Will it actually work? Donovan McNabb raved about Jalen Hurts' performance against Dallas, but now the Cowboys have just signed an alien? I'm Thomas Mott. This is The Thomas Mott Show. Okay, a lot has happened for Philadelphia over the first 9 weeks of the NFL season, but I did not have Jason Kelce being named one of the 6 finalists for People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive in 2023 on my Eagles bingo card.
Bingo!
And yes, you heard that right. This is not a joke. It's 100% legit. We're not talking about the other Kelce, Taylor Swift's boyfriend. We're talking about Jason Kelce, our Jason Kelce, the best center in the National Football League, a future first ballot Hall of Famer, and the mayor of Philadelphia?
It's the whole team!
I know, I'm as surprised as you guys are. Now, I'm not trying to diss the guy. I mean, come on, his style is absolutely incredible. But you have to admit, seeing Jason Kelce's picture alongside the other finalists like Timothée Chalamet, Lenny Kravitz, Pedro Pascal, Usher's on there, surely at least draws a laugh for you. I know his wife Kylie is laughing somewhere. Now, Jason's first reaction to this on Twitter, that's actually a pretty solid point. He said, quote, "Beauty is in the eye of the beholder," which is true. I mean, technically, we all love Jason Kelce, and we would say he's one of the best Eagles of all time. I don't know about sexiest man alive, but best Eagles of all time for sure. Kelce reacted on 94.1 WIP as you figured Kelce would.
Are you actually one of the sexiest men alive, in your opinion? Because People Magazine says you are you?
I'm not even the sexiest man in my family, let alone sexiest man alive. I mean, what are we talking about here? But it's fun. I mean, the publicity around the family and everything has gone to a completely different level. But yeah, that was funny to see for sure.
When did you find out? When did you first find out People Magazine was going to feature you? That must be a thrill and a kick, and it's a little bit ridiculous. When did you find out that they were going to do that?
They were rumblings, and my marketing agent Emily, who kind of handles everybody calling me, she reached out. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago, to let me know that this was going to happen. I was like, hey, it's not bad. So,
pretty nice.
Do you walk around the house and tell your wife?
Does it make you
hey,
feel
honey,
sexier?
Exactly.
All right, that's enough talking about non-football things with Jason Kelce. We don't get style, dress up, right, Jason?
Some people go to play football, and some people play dress up, okay? I don't like to play dress up. I like to play football, all right? I'm not going to go shopping, color coordinating, getting belts and shoes and all this shit just to go play football. I don't get it for a second.
Right, he'd much rather talk about football, and that's what he did just a couple of days ago when asked about the Eagles' rushing attack, which continues to be kind of underwhelming.
Well, it hasn't been good, yeah. I think it's close. The run game's hard, and it's hard for a number of reasons. But a big reason why it's hard is to have a successful run play, everybody needs to get their job done, and everybody needs to execute their block. That's why it's different. In the passing game, Jalen can throw it to A.J. Brown, probably going to have a good play, right? For us, you want a successful inside zone play, it's only as successful as the worst block of that play is going to be. So, in my opinion, we've been very close. It's something that we're definitely focusing on, and we're trying to make sure that we are all getting in sync and doing a better job. But yeah, we definitely haven't been as synced up as we'd like to be, or the standard that we hold ourselves to.
No, he's right. The rushing attack does take all 5 offensive linemen, sometimes tight ends and wide receivers, blocking together, creating a beautiful uniform play. But isn't it kind of odd that Philadelphia had one of the best rushing teams the first couple of weeks of the year, and yet recently they can barely get over 100-yard rushing combined for everybody? Am I the only one who looks back and remembers the Vikings game when DeAndre Swift was running through massive holes and getting 5, 6, 7, 10 yards before contact? I know we all are hoping that Cam Jurgens coming back after the bye week, coming off of IR, is going to be the real fix because the stats show that they're better running the football when Cam Jurgens is in there. But I'm still very, very curious as to why the Eagles' rushing attack has been so night and day bad over the past couple of weeks. Curious what you guys think down below. Now, speaking of being bad, look who just signed with the Los Angeles Rams yesterday. Again, not a joke. Carson Wentz, he's back in the National Football League and signing with the Rams, who are dealing with injuries at the quarterback spot and Matthew Stafford. Now, I won't stay here long. Carson Wentz didn't sign with Philadelphia, so it doesn't really affect us finalists, and plus the Rams are not really a big threat right now in the NFC. But it's pretty crazy. Just thinking of 2017 Carson Wentz, it just gets me, man. He was different that year. I was such a Carson Wentz homer. I believed, bought the Kool-Aid, drank the Kool-Aid. I was all in on the guy, and then slowly but surely he regressed year after year after year. Now, he does have bad receiving targets, Travis Fulgham being one of his top ones, Jordan Matthews. I mean, come on. Compared to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, there's a big difference here. But when reports started coming out after the Super Bowl, Carson Wentz was not happy during the Super Bowl run, and this video in the locker room shows he just doesn't seem that excited for his team actually winning. It kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way. Now, don't get me wrong, if I was in Carson Wentz's shoes and I had an MVP caliber season, got hurt, and then watched my backup get all the glory and win Philadelphia's first Super Bowl, I'd be a little bit bitter too, but it just doesn't feel like he was made for Philadelphia, right? Jalen Hurts feels like he's made for Philadelphia. He embraces Philadelphia. Carson Wentz, credit to him for trying, he was just never going to work out, and the regression was way too obvious and way too apparent for any Eagle fan to look away. Either way, LA's a nice fit. Get to be the Kyle Shanahan. Baker Mayfield might have revitalized his career there a couple of years ago. I wish him nothing but the best. Again, the Rams aren't really a threat, so have at it. Beat up on the 49ers. That'd be nice for us, but I'm very curious to see your guys' thoughts on Carson Wentz down below. I'm sure we'll get a lot of comments, but the regression was too obvious for me, and I'm very happy we drafted Jalen Hurts. Now, speaking of returns, the Cowboys went ahead and signed wide receiver Martavis Bryant to their practice squad yesterday. Yes, that Martavis Bryant, the one they called the alien, who hasn't played since really 2018? Goodness gracious, this guy's been out forever. The Cowboy fans are naturally ecstatic that they signed this receiver. This is back to being our year. We're going to beat the Eagles next time we play them. Okay, well, maybe he can help you overcome the 2.5 game deficit you have right now in the NFC East. What about the fact that the last time we saw Martavis Bryant, the highlights include prime Big Ben Roethlisberger. That guy hasn't been in the league in years. Either way, best of luck, Dallas. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. I can't wait for that rematch, and I guess we hope the alien works well for you. Not. By the way, can we just mention that the Eagles win against the Cowboys is so huge in not only winning the East, but winning the number 1 seed overall? Look at this tweet by David, who explains that if the Eagles go 6-2 the rest of the way, and everyone else in the division goes undefeated, they still win the NFC East. If they go 6-2, and 2 of those wins are against San Francisco and Seattle, they will be the conference's number 1 seed, regardless of what everybody else does. Thumbs up if you guys agree that if Philadelphia gets the number 1 seed again and is healthy going into the postseason, they're probably going to go back to the Super Bowl. Am I the only one who feels confident about that? I feel like we get 2,000 likes minimum on today's show. You guys have been destroying that like button. Why stop now? The one thing I really don't like is ESPN's Football Power Index that has the Eagles as the 7th best team in the NFL. Wait, they're still below Dallas despite beating? This makes absolutely no sense. Oh, and the ESPN analytics that predict Philadelphia will lose each of their next 4 games in a row. Let's just not listen to all the haters. ESPN is normally terrible in terms of their rankings. How about we stick with the Jalen Hurts motto of...
just trying to keep the main thing still.
I agree, LeBron, 100%. Now, Jalen Hurts kept the main thing in his Sunday win against the Dallas Cowboys, and he got a lot of praise from people that don't normally shell out praise, a.k.a. Donovan McNabb. When was the last time you heard him talk positively about an Eagles quarterback? Well, yesterday he said, quote, "I was impressed with the way he played in the second half, knowing he was banged up. But the thing is, you couldn't tell what was bothering him. That says a lot about his mentality and approach, and he also understands what it takes to win." Again, McNabb doesn't dish out love to quarterbacks that often, especially Philadelphia Eagles one. Even he sees how great Jalen Hurts was, especially in that second half against the Dallas Cowboys. Hurts connected with A.J. Brown in that second half, and A.J. Brown was on FS1 Speak just the other day explaining that he was a good player before Jalen Hurts. Now that he's with them, everything has absolutely changed.
You know what? I can definitely say, I wouldn't say I was always this good, but I always just believed in myself and I always just went to work. But when I got to Philadelphia and playing alongside my brother Jalen Hurts.
For what it's worth, Hurts is now the betting favorite to win NFL MVP. It's just kind of funny because a couple of weeks ago, Eagle fans were saying that he's not the same player that he was last year. He looks completely different. Well, funny how times changed. NFL truly a week-to-week league. I'm impressed with Jalen Hurts. I'm excited for him to get healthy, though. This bye week could not have come at a better time. I hope he's just resting on the couch, get a little elevation for that leg, little compression on the knee, make everything better, come back, and if he beats the Chiefs on Monday Night Football following the bye week, can we officially put this guy as the for sure unanimous NFL MVP? I don't know. Up to you guys. We got plenty more stuff happening over the next couple of days and weeks, including tonight, our Wednesday Link Live, myself and Josh Davis, every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We go live for about an hour, answer all of y'all's questions, have a bunch of fun. If you haven't joined us for one of those, I highly encourage you guys to do so. It's a blast. It's a great place for Eagle fans to go ahead and interact, and you shouldn't be late. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Go ahead and join us tonight. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been The Thomas Mott Show.